So this is the group of death, right?
I actually think Group C, but this one's really sick. And with Deer winning it, maybe I was wrong. Maybe this really is the group of death.
This really is the group of death, all right? I will correct you right here, right now.
Okay.
Here's what's crazy about this. We can only let 2 of these guys advance. So you know what we do with the other 2 Artosis?
What do you do?
We take them out and shoot them.
Oh, no.
Not really. But we eliminate them from the GSL. And right now it's going to be soO or INnoVation. What?
Yeah, that's
wait.
wild.
Whoa. Huh? What?
This could be a
INnoVation
GSL Finals. Oh, wait, it was already
No, it's just
GSL Finals.
we're just in Group B around a 16.
Huh?
This is just Group B.
Yeah.
Losers
Just
match.
Group B.
You know, it's just soO versus INnoVation, you know.
Well, I think it should be a pretty good match.
Just a 3-time GSL Code S champion versus the guy who's been in, what, 6 finals now? You know, we'll just have play a best of 3.
INnoVation got second once.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did get second once as well.
Remember the sulky reverse all kill. That was crazy. But this is such a sick match. I don't even... Today,
I can't believe we're doing
so
this.
Stupid. Like,
Yeah.
this whole round is so stupid.
By the way,
Just sitting here,
Deer
I'm like,
won the
what?
group, guys, in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
Deer's already out of here, man. He's got to go catch a movie.
Yeah.
No time for the losers match.
No. He's going to go see Deadpool, too.
That's right. For his 2nd time. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a funny movie.
We're like, don't you want to stick around for the losers match? He's like, I'm out of here, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, I booked my movie tickets before I came to the studio.
Can you say
Okay.
Fandango? All right, then.
There you go. So, now it's INnoVation and soO. Part of me feels like INnoVation should take this. What do you think?
I think this is a good match. Ah, God. Yeah, I guess when you look at the way he played against Rogue, well, Rogue was like, he beat him,
Yeah.
and it felt like Rogue was almost like playing out of his mind, some of it. Yeah, I would go with INnoVation. I would. Like, the fact of the matter is, like, he was getting 3-3 every game. He was having good armies and stuff. Just play standard, good INnoVation play. I think he'd probably edge out soO.
Okay, we're going into game 1 between these 2 on our map. Lost and Found, one of the new maps here at the GSL. See if they have Artosis' wallet here.
That's so stupid.
You find a brown
I was caught off guard for
There's
a
a
moment.
brown wallet. Do you have a brown wallet? They're like, hold on, sir. You open up that
INnoVation.
desk, and they're like,
I have a
no.
I
And
have
you're
a
like,
black belt.
oh, I guess I lost all my credit cards.
Yeah.
Toes is trying to correct me on TV. He's like, I have a black wallet.
Yeah, I
It's
have
not
a
a
black
brown wallet. I'm like,
wallet,
nice.
Artosis.
You're not getting out of this one, Artosis. Don't tell them my wallet's a different color than it actually is, Artosis.
I don't want people to think I'm a brown wallet.
That's
type of guy.
lying, Tasteless. You can't do that. Listen, your wallet's going to be whatever color I want it to be, Artosis,
Yeah.
all right?
Oh, God. Actually, you know what? The one thing I actually do forget at restaurants sometimes?
Yeah.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, you know what? I stopped carrying sunglasses
I don't
after a
put
while
'em-
because I lose them too much. Ooh.
Wow, look at that.
Nice.
I'm not sure what we're really looking at. But,
So I don't know the movie, but apparently it's referencing. I believe it's. Okay, I was just told by the producer the movie's all about revenge, which is all I needed to know.
well, I tell you what. When you go on a quest for revenge, and
Yeah.
we were seeing this as being a big part of the group for soO,
Yeah.
well, you're supposed to dig 2 graves, Tasteless. One for him and one for INnoVation, because Rogue is going to beat whoever the hell comes out of this anyways.
Yeah. This is true.
They both watch Deer win, and they're like, really? Oh,
These guys
I
are
was
both-
like hoping for like a finals.
These guys are both like fighting up here, but like right now, Rogue is like that monster below Jabba the Hutt's pit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
He's just waiting for them to fall in.
One of these nerds is going to be that green pig guy that fell down there and got eaten, man. Remember that green pig guy?
Yeah, that green pig
Let's
guy.
never forget about green pig guy that got eaten.
Oh,
He was like, I thought I was one of the boys. It's like, we think it's funny when you get eaten, man. Bad deal being one of the green pig guys in Jabba the Hutt's
No,
castle, man.
You're definitely right about
Yeah. You're better off being that guy that had a tail for a head.
that. Yeah. Well, look, I'd rather be the green pig guy than
Yeah.
be in the new Star Wars movie that.
Yeah,
that
no,
came out
I
a
would
little bit
definitely
ago.
take being
I
green
haven't seen
pig
Solo
guys.
yet, so no words about that.
Yeah.
But that one, I don't even remember the name. Flying Space Witch Star Wars, that one.
Yeah,
Um,
Star Wars
worst
movies are
thing
getting
I've
pretty
ever
bad. They're getting. It's getting. I'm a big
No,
fan. Or I was
to be
as a
honest,
kid growing up with that, but I
the-
mean,
The two before that I actually kind of liked. I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, they
the
were
two before
fine.
That.
I mean, they weren't extraordinary, but they were fine.
But this last one was so bad. I'm nervous because I'm going to go see that other one soon.
Yeah.
Like soO just came out, right? So
That's
we'll
right.
See.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You got to let me know. You are my
I mean, Woody
my
Harrelson
guy.
and Don Glover's in it. It can't be that bad, right?
Should be good. I hope so.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You never listen when I tell you to go see a movie anyways.
No, I wait for it to come out on Netflix.
Like, this is a good movie, Tasteless. You're like, I don't watch movies. I'm like, this is a good book, Tasteless. Like, I don't read books. I'm like, what do you do, Tasteless?
What are you talking about?
I'm like, Tasteless, I like to sleep at night. You're like, that sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Tasteless, I'm drinking water. Would you like some water? No, I don't drink water. It's like, oh my God, Tasteless.
Where have we gone? Where have we gone with this, Artosis? Now, no, I'm not big on the Star Wars stuff lately.
No. So it's a 2-1-1 opener here from INnoVation, as y'all can see.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff so far.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, the evolution chamber coming down. See, the Ling pops in. You see the bunch of Marines. You know that there is not, for instance, a ton of Hellbats behind this or anything. You start making more Queens. You get that evolution chamber. You get the +1 carapace going. That is the general counter agreed upon amongst the pro-Zergs.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm very surprised to see INnoVation opening like this. This is kind of tricky, especially for INnoVation, because it's only Zerg players left, right? So he's got to come out here and have enough diversity to basically take out 2 of the top 3 Zerg players in the world right now.
Yeah.
Potentially 6 games. Now, INnoVation is he's definitely someone who's continuing to develop, but we don't, I think, default INnoVation as being a crafty guy. It's not like Hero, right? With Hero, we don't know what he's going to do, but it's going to be something pretty crazy, right? INnoVation is basically known for his mechanics, his ability to push. He usually trades efficiently. I mean, it's why people joke about him being like Skynet or being robotic.
Yeah.
But to beat soO and then beat Rogue, that's pretty hard to do. It's hard to imagine, right? Any Terran doing that.
Well, especially considering, we already saw his games against Rogue. He did end up losing, but Rogue got that as experience, and now he's watching him against soO here. INnoVation can't really hold anything back. Got to use your best stuff right now, or you're out.
Yeah. So INnoVation's looking for a way to trade. A lesser Zerg player would have tried to attack into that. But so far, he hasn't actually chiseled off any bit of, where soO's growing out. Looks like he's going to try to come in here now.
Picks off a little creep tumor right there. Not really a whole lot of damage, to be honest. He's killed an Overlord, a few creep tumors. He's jumping around, but Rogue is just being very careful. He's kind of zoning everything out, making it so that if INnoVation were to attack in, he'd be punished. And all you can do is cancel some tumors and stuff. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's the bare minimum. It's of no fault of INnoVation. soO's defense so far is pretty good. Now, the next 2 medevacs are out, and this is where you can start to leverage your position.
Yeah, but one thing to say about Rogue is he just finished his Baneling Nest.
soO?
soO. He just finished his Baneling Nest, and he made 20 more Lings. So he's aware of this type of play coming up, and he has way more units now than he had for the first portion of this. So, I mean, as long as he kind of is on top of things, he should be able to defend here. There's a lot of Lings coming up.
So far, though, not many Marines taken. I think we've only had 1 kill so far.
Yeah.
And this is exactly the kind of engages that INnoVation wants to have. He's going to push down here
Ooh.
now. Queen under fire, and it goes down along with some drones. Oh, my God. If he just targets those next few Banes, this is going to snowball.
He's actually doing a really good job here. Only 1 medevac left over. I don't think it has too much health. Might have to end up letting some of this die, yeah.
That was
actually
that
worth it for 2 medevacs of units? Like,
I think the point is the momentum he's starting to get. So he takes this out now. Everything becomes too little, too late. He picks up. He may rinse and repeat here.
Yeah, well, that ends up being very good, right? But a bunch of Hydras are about to pop out. Baneling speed is about to finish. Is there counterattack potential here at all?
I don't think so.
His Hydra upgrades aren't done, so
we got to remember,
maybe
like,
not.
You know how, like, a lot of times when we're casting a game and there's a Protoss player, and one of the kind of, like, caster hacks is like, well, I mean, how many Immortals are actually still alive, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you could boil a game down to that. A lot of times it's like, how many times did the Banelings actually efficiently trade? Like, remember that last attack? He shot down every single Baneling.
Yeah.
And
it's, what, 5-6 Banelings probably for free.
But I don't think there's enough gas or Banelings that were currently available for any moment where soO could actually counterattack. I don't think.
Well, compositionally, soO has better stuff right now. Ooh, if he got that.
Yeah, that would have been huge. That would have been a big loss there for INnoVation.
Yeah. There's not that many siege tanks out right now. I could see him trying a counterattack. There's at least a few Banes coming in. Not sure if they're going to really get anything done, though.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, can't complain.
Yeah. The depot will be repaired. Yeah, INnoVation so far, he's done a great job pushing, but I will say, yeah, you're right. soO has absolutely held on and continued to flourish and grow in spite of how good the pressure is from INnoVation.
Yeah.
This is where Zerg players really do become so scary. You know when you're playing against somebody, it's like no matter what you do whenever you leave their base, they just have way more than you?
Yeah.
You're like, seriously?
I think that's... like, if you look at the way the game is, right, the creep spread is not that good this game. Right?
Yeah, well, I think in part because INnoVation's been shutting it down.
I think INnoVation's actually going to be able to push over again pretty soon. He's making Liberators, he's making Siege Tanks, he's got his upgrades on the way, right? So he's at least tied on upgrades and will eventually be ahead. I guess if he doesn't attack for a bit, soO can get into that Hive tech. And INnoVation hasn't been that strong in the late game, so I think he should be attacking very shortly.
Yeah, it seems like we're mounting to get to that point here. INnoVation just gearing up. You know, I will say, though, soO has actually grown a pretty impressive amount. He's still pushing the creep out. Yeah, I mean, I think this game could still go either way, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely possibilities.
But we are getting very close to that INnoVation push.
He's making a Ghost Academy now. A lot of times when you see that combo down, that's just like kind of a nod from the Terran that this game is definitely going forward.
Right. Getting to that endgame tech. Oh, man.
Nice pick off.
That is so huge.
Yeah, so there shouldn't really be any push. I think already he wasn't planning on one, but especially now.
You can see soO was looking for an opening to try to wipe out bases, but INnoVation's just going to turtle from here on out.
And now the creep spread is starting to get really, really good. Pushing it forward all over the place as there's no more pressure. A couple Liberators coming in into really good positions. All right, 8 drones already taken down. A lot of slowing of the economy as well.
Well, you know, INnoVation really needed this, to be honest, especially especially after losing those medevacs. Yeah, I think we're going to have actually a super long game here.
It looks that way.
You know, and to be honest, I think INnoVation made the right choice. The moment that he didn't do that much damage and he just completely pulled back, like when he lost those medevacs and he wasn't doing that much damage with the push, I actually really respect the fact that he completely shifts gears.
Yeah.
And turtles up. Says, no, I can't win with a push, so I'm not going to push for a long time.
Yeah, Ghosts, Liberators, a lot of command centers on the way, so he's getting into that later game scenario. When we saw him previously play some longer games, it was a different patch, but the Ghost hasn't changed. It's just the support units you're going to use with the Ghost have changed a bit. But his Ghost play didn't feel really that great. But there's an Ultros Cavern on the way here for soO. It's not that hard to snipe Ultras.
No, it's in fact probably one of the easier things to do.
They're pretty big.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to click on.
Yeah.
Much harder to snipe a Zergling.
That's true.
But, yeah, here's the thing. I don't think soO can kill INnoVation anytime soon. Oh, man. Somehow that actually lives. Are you kidding me?
Not for long.
Overseer tries to crash into it, discovers it can't do damage. Now it's marooned over here.
Oh, no.
Well, that's it.
Look at
Time to fly to another map. If only there were more map to your right. So, yeah, INnoVation can't really be killed. But INnoVation does not have a closing play right now.
No, this is like... generally what we see is people whittle down the Zerg player quite a bit from here.
It works a lot better, this thing that INnoVation's doing. It works better on these maps where you can cut it in half easily. But this is a bigger map. And so you can see, for instance, soO reaching not just down here with creep, but also to the top as well, and to the left.
Yeah. Tons of upgrades on the way, both sides. Definitely going to get into a very, very long game. 2 more Ghost Academies, so nukes are going to be part of INnoVation's plan. It's got a decent number of Liberators and turrets being set up. This is more of the old school style before the Raven got really crazy. This is the way that TUI would play late game TVC.
So I do want to point out, big picture here, we see the bases that INnoVation already has. There are not any accessible bases past this. Okay, hold up. Here we go. Big attack coming in here for soO.
Oh my god, that's a lot of Banelings. Rolling right through the siege tanks and everything.
Oh my god, just connecting on these ghosts and everything else.
Oh my god, those ghosts just took like 5 Banelings to the face. No problem. soO has to turn around. That was a huge amount of money he spent on that.
Thing is, he wanted to free up the supply because he's got 5 Ultras, 3 Vipers.
And he got rid of some siege tanks, at least in that area for now. More siege tanks on the way. Obviously, those can be really scary when you're trying to roll in with Banes. Greater Spire, as you said.
So soO may have like a series of attacks down here in this bottom location, which he can do. Again, though, I want to point out, there's no easy base now for Terran to take. Terran really does have a limit on how far it can stretch compared to the other races.
Yeah, it gets really tough, like to take that top left base or something. Yeah. You can just roll in with a group of units and kill that pretty easily. So the Ultra's out now with such a big map, right?
Yeah.
And everything's kind of wide open, too. These chokes are reasonably large. So Ultra Lingbane Hydra is going to be very, very hard to deal with, especially on creep. This is like the army-killing army right here. So how does INnoVation, like... Do you sit here and just try to be cost-efficient as INnoVation and then eventually try to take the other 2 bases?
This is something I've been having a hard time with in this cast, is I'm trying to imagine how INnoVation wins the game, right? Not dies, but wins the game from this position. Mm-hmm. And I would imagine it would have to be that you just trade so effectively with the Zerg.
Yeah. And
somehow push out. Because look at how many bases on the map, realistically, soO can still take.
He's can realistically take one... Well, he's just taking the top ones. He doesn't really mind. But like that bottom right one, I would say is soO's, and then the other 2 are INnoVations technically. But
I don't think they're INnoVations. I think it's too hard for soO to take it.
Yeah, but top left especially.
But soO can take that before INnoVation can.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be pretty, but he can do it. But yeah, I would say if soO just really inefficiently traded, and look, some Terrans do this, and a lot of times it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, without Ravens, this becomes a lot harder to do. Walked up, saw the overseers. Okay, I'm going to turn around.
Yeah, I'm out of here. So it looks like we're going to have some nukes come here. It's funny how this actually can be really effective at even the highest levels because there's so much of the map that the Zerg has. Okay, here we go. Does soO? Yeah, soO reacts.
Finds it very quickly.
Ooh, and now that nuke is in space. It's a problem, Artosis.
It is a problem.
Those aren't Elon Musk nukes, okay? They don't land back down where they shot off from, okay?
Eventually that will connect somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, another nuke coming out now.
All right. This is an okay one. And now the Ghost getting his revenge here.
That's right. So we have soO on some level just reclaiming this location down here in the bottom right. Ah! Get it! And check this out, Artosis. Seeing just adjacent to the bottom, right here. Yeah. INnoVation's actually going to try to expand here. This is really hard to pull off. Okay, here we go. Harpooning the tanks, pulling them in.
This is a pretty inefficient way for soO to attack. He's just getting sniped to death with those Ultras. Wow, that was definitely not good for soO.
Yeah, normally we wouldn't count that ramp as a bottleneck, but with Ultras it is.
Yeah. He's like
only
going
4
uphill
Ultras
against
side
that
by
many siege tanks, Ghosts behind, Liberators in the sky. He even had some Vipers there. I'm kind of surprised that's how it went down. It's like if you just pull a couple units in that are sieged there, INnoVation is not landing the command center at that point. But yeah, that was pretty cost inefficient. Now he is taking that top left base that we were talking about as well, which I think technically with the map layout that probably is supposed to be an INnoVation base. Or do you think maybe the bottom right is supposed to be the INnoVation base? I'm actually not sure.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I haven't seen any Supreme Late games here.
It looks like soO's going to try to dive in again here. Again, it's INnoVation just playing the slow game. And really the theory behind this whole thing is that Okay, so Terran can't take that much of the map, right? But a lot of times when the Zerg attacks in, they're spending all this gas on, let's take Banelings, for instance, right? Every time you use a Baneling, Baneling's not a reusable unit, right? The idea is that if you trade effectively with it...
Never seen a Baneling with a kill count, right?
That's right. Well said. But what Terran's doing is Terran has all these range units like the tanks or the ghosts and the snipe ability, and the idea is that you kill off more of their stuff than they killed of yours. And eventually, because you're recycling these units, and the Zerg, every time they try to engage in, has to give up something, right? Like in a big fight, the first few Zerg units always get shot down, right? Doesn't have to be like that for Terran. Hold on. Is that nuke going to connect? Did he move the drones?
He killed the other ghost.
What about this one?
This one, though. Oh, that's a really good nuke.
That's pretty big.
That gets queens, larva, drones. Oh, the queen's just
There's
back
one
out
drone
of
that came out of the geyser right after the nuke. He's like, what
happened? Hey, guys.
Come out, guys. So, yeah, INnoVation's going to try to come up here again. Now, here's the thing, though. I don't think INnoVation needs to push. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I guess he really is. I guess he really isn't actually pushing. He's just trying to drive back creep. He's got a bunch of medevacs here.
Like, even if he tried to push, it's like, if you get too far on the map, then the Zerg counterattack comes in, right? Like, you need a huge amount of your supply to do anything here against this type of composition. Like, Terran has to move as, like, defensively, he can probably be 2 different death ball type things, right?
Yeah.
2 different fortified positions, but like if you're actually moving out, it's a little bit harder.
A lot of this game may come down to this bottom right expansion. Hold up. Is soO going to try to push in? I feel like soO should actually just push in like more to the center left.
I feel like
the whole army's in the bottom right now.
I feel like he should use some spellcasters. You know, like
sure.
He has Vipers flying around. I don't think I've seen an Abduct or a Blinding Cloud. Things like Infestors obviously can be useful here as well. Just he needs to do something other than run Lingbane, Hydra, Ultra into efficient Terran units.
Oh,
okay, that's good.
That was pretty sick. It might not be enough though.
Some very good fungals going off, but he's spending so much to kill those ghosts as well. Okay, there you go. Those are some really nice spells thrown out by the Vipers. Ducks as well as a parasitic bomb. So he actually clears some of the ghosts and a bunch of Liberators. Still has a good bank. Still going to be able to remax pretty easily.
You know, soO is eventually going to run out of money here. INnoVation's game might have actually worked. See this? soO just now has the top of the map. I mean, oh my god, the Greater Spire's here too. How funny is that? I just now noticed that. Yeah, I mean, this is going to get harder and harder here for soO to have any control over this like bottom right quadrant. And that means I think eventually soO should just run out of money.
Yeah, and I think that bottom right is the INnoVation one, not the top left, so I think I kind of misspoke before about that. But how does he get back down there? Like, INnoVation has kept the creep very far back. He's got a good setup. He's got those sensor towers that are really far away, but still giving him tons of intel.
Well, soO's going to try to Broodlord push down here. And I think he basically has to make this work, right?
He's still got enough bank to remake one more time.
Yeah, 8K minerals, 4K gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I guess he could remake this one more time, but he really does need to make something work pretty quickly here.
The thing is, if you have, like, this army is kind of what he wants right now. So if you can't make it work, well, that's an issue. Yeah, you're going to remax one time, but is that one going to work suddenly? Okay. I guess he doesn't want
he just doesn't want the tanks anymore.
Yeah.
Because you can actually right-click down a hatch pretty easily with these tanks.
Yeah.
They get over there fast enough. Woo! Turn around, soO! Okay.
His Banelings to fight these siege tanks.
Yeah, this is not the fight you want to have.
That's how you do it.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but somehow that base is just going to be destroyed and the tanks are still there, Artosis.
Well, it looks like INnoVation attacking elsewhere. These are actually the more important units for INnoVation. But yeah, it seems like soO,
I think soO just fell apart.
Sent a group up there multiple times, and maybe he F2'd or something, all army key.
Okay, yeah.
Because we saw him send up units twice, and then they turned around twice. Okay, he sends up Broodlords. Obviously, those will deal with it the most efficiently, but he lost the base.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is exactly... All right, see snipes going down as the Broodlords are disappearing.
All right, abducting some of the ghosts as well.
Abducting ghosts into, you know, a Broodling. Again, soO now has to re-spend all of his money here. And I don't know, man. I feel like this game's almost to an end here. I know that INnoVation doesn't have a lot of minerals to try to mine from on the map, but
he's done a good job.
soO does not have very many assets left here. He's remaking his altars. He's remaking his corruptors.
Yeah. The Ghost's just going to come down and massacre. Oh, boy. Oh. And then the Ultras turn on the Ghosts.
Yeah. Okay, so again, he cleans that up. You know, the big picture here, guys, is that every time we see these Ghosts come in and do a little bit of damage, they're able to run away. Most of them leave unscathed. How many times have you seen an Ultra get away, right? Every time they attack in, yeah, sure,
Not
they got the
too
planetary, but then they're killed off. And the concept that INnoVation is utilizing is the fact that eventually soO is going to run out of money. INnoVation's going to have leftovers, and he'll be able to win. You know, when we boil this game down to whatever resources and tools are left.
Well, INnoVation is almost out of resources now, but he's definitely got a better army. soO still has decent resources. He's like very slowly remaxing out. It's almost like he's really thinking about what units he wants. Like he's made quite a few Broodlords. He's adding some Ultras now. There's actually a pretty decent amount of Vikings there to help fight. Those do have +3 attack as well. I'm not sure the armor upgrades on the flying units of soO. I don't think he actually has those upgrades yet. Oh no, he has one. But that means +3 Vikings definitely will do a good job against them.
You can see Shine's showing us the losses here in the bottom right.
Oh man.
So we've gone into a super late game. We're almost to a half hour now in this game.
Really?
Yeah. 25 minutes right now.
It only felt like 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. It's been a super long game, man. Okay, INnoVation actually has claimed the bottom right.
Ah. 3 full energy infestors. Completely wrecked.
Okay, he's INnoVation's going to try to push through. I think INnoVation, let's hope he's not being overconfident.
No.
He's actually going to zone with nukes.
That's smart.
Ooh,
Gives him
he's
a
so
lot
good.
of setup time.
Yeah.
Gets everything into position. soO going to clean up that little group of Marauders.
And he's just going to let it land.
No.
Oh, no, excuse me.
Last
He's going to
second.
cancel it last second. So he's going to try to push up further here. Again, INnoVation just going for the closer, really.
All right, some parasitic bombs going down. Oh my god, way too much. The Ghost making a huge difference here.
I think soO might want to try to go for a shorter game here against INnoVation. Now, soO's countering down here. And we'll wipe out that base. I don't believe there's any other mining locations here for INnoVation, so maybe I shouldn't count soO out just yet. The problem is that soO also doesn't have any ideal mining locations, and I think, okay, these Ultras are really the only thing soO has going for him, and it looks like it's going to be cleaned up.
Yeah, the snipes just come in, and goodbye to the Ultras. soO with very little bank left, very little supply left, very little hope left in this game.
That's right. Wow, soO kind of fizzling out this time around.
A little bit.
And you can see in the minerals and gas right now, 2K to 1K. Now, INnoVation has no way of, I think, mining any more resources realistically, right? I think there's like a few extra patches. No, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? He's got the bottom right. I was looking at that bottom center base. No, this game's over. Yeah, GG.
Okay.
Nicely done there by INnoVation.
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race.
I guess so. Definitely a slow and steady game right there. You know, INnoVation got that advantage early on, killing the 4th base. Remember the 2-1-1? That's how this game started. I know it was a long game and it's hard to remember, but he sacrificed 2 medevacs while kind of microed him well and then killed off, or forced to cancel rather, on an almost finished 4th. And then the game kind of morphed into this, the late game. It's such a big map, though. I kind of see why INnoVation never really committed into a giant attack.
Well, soO's going to have to bring something a little bit better than in game 2, you know? Nobody's going to make you play a long game. You don't have to, right? But is that too predictable?
It's hard to cheese INnoVation in this matchup.
That is very true. So we're going to go to Catalyst. Again, I feel like, especially on a map like that, like, honestly, that strategy works better on some of our other maps. But the fact that INnoVation made that work on that map, the fact that he was able to claim the bottom right on Lost and Found is pretty crazy.
Catalyst's a much shorter map here overall.
Yeah. If we have the similar looking game in game 2 on Catalyst, I think INnoVation takes us 2-0. So he's got to come up with something. Our game's ready. Let's go.
INnoVation.
Looking pretty strong today. Congratulations on the O Gaming TV sponsorship for INnoVation.
Yeah, really exciting stuff.
Yeah.
soO.
For soO with interesting hair today.
Yeah.
Going to be a bit of a heartbreaker for soO if he just falls to INnoVation, because that series against Deer, that had to be a frustrating one. Game 2, it felt like he could have won, and then Game 3, just got the Zealot charge all in and killed him, and that's rough. Something we want to go out.
Yeah, well, you know, it's funny, right? Because, you know, obviously we're here for pretty much all of the GSL, but I'm so used to soO always advancing.
Yeah.
And to be honest, and we were saying this again and again, is, you know, will he ever get to a GSL finals again, right? Remember the second time he did it? Okay, you know, this is a chance for redemption. Then he loses there, and we say, okay, well, you know, it's pretty rare for a player to get to the finals.
Yeah.
Especially more than once, right? I mean, this is a pretty cutthroat competitive tournament.
Indeed.
But soO just kept doing it, and now it's like the reverse, right? I am no longer saying, well, I mean, now I expect soO to get to the finals again, but here he might go out first for sure.
Yeah, it definitely could happen. And he always has that little stupid quote at the end of the finals that he loses. It's like, well, I don't think I'll ever make another one. And it's like, yes, you will. You'll just keep making them, in fact.
Some soO support here.
INnoVation, of course, in 4 finals himself. Not quite soO's number, but I think INnoVation more satisfied with his GSL
INnoVation
career.
probably better memories of those finals.
These two have played the most GSL games, though, by the way.
No kidding.
They're like within a few games of each other, I think I read. Yeah, but it makes sense, right? Like, they've both been around for a very long time. soO's made it to the most finals, so obviously you get way more games in those seasons. INnoVation's been to 4. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, who else has been to even been to that many finals? It's like, what, like MC and like MVP.
That's a different era, though.
It's like,
you know, I mean, the StarCraft we were playing back then is not the StarCraft we're playing now.
No.
We're way more advanced.
This isn't your dad's StarCraft.
Yeah, that's right, man. This is the hip modern StarCraft. This StarCraft dabs, guys.
Yeah.
This StarCraft has spinners, man.
Legacy of the Vizzle.
Yeah. Okay, the hatchery goes down. No denial there by INnoVation. And we see Stim coming up here.
Yeah, looks like a 2-on-1 again.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Now, again, this map, if it gets cut in half, is problematic for the Zerg. We generally see Zergs die if the map's cut in half.
Yeah, like, INnoVation seemed pretty strong with that style that he was using there at the end. Lost and Found, I don't know a lot about it yet. Need to watch and play more games on it.
Yeah,
before having a
still
super strong
unpacking
opinion on it. But,
yeah.
you know, with the Ravens not being as strong as they were, there's still definitely more play in the late game. Even though that last one was kind of weird from soO, the way he was just like running around with ultras for most of it.
Okay.
Hopefully they figure out, you know, get some additional damage done early on. At least that's the way we saw Maru play here, right? He was just like sniping hatcheries nonstop, utilizing those strong Marauders.
I think it's too tempting for a Terran player to tech to those ghosts.
They're good.
They're just so strong.
Yeah.
You know. It's one of those other best units in the game, Artosis. Ghosts and Immortals, man.
They're all right.
They're not bad.
The Baneling is pretty good, okay. Can we admit that the Baneling is really good?
Can you imagine if the Baneling just touched stuff and did damage and didn't destruct?
Oh, if it just continually
That'd be the craziest thing ever.
its damage.
Yeah.
Not too much would be different. I would still just always lose to it. My world wouldn't change. I guess the pro world would.
You're so funny. We have the 2 medevacs headed up now.
Yeah. Lots of queens.
This is like a build where it's not really hinged on anything. You're just trying to see what you can do with it, right?
Yeah.
This is probably the best time to try to move out. These units are going to be good together. If Zerg makes a mistake, they're going to lose more. That can snowball. Mm-hmm. If you don't do that much, that's fine. Go for creep tumors. Wait for the next 2 medevacs and Marines to come out.
Well, he gets 3 creep tumors there. Creep being spread on either of their side. soO just kind of zoning back and forth right now.
INnoVation continuing to come around now. And again, this is fine. As long as he doesn't lose the medevacs and the Marines, I mean, it's working, basically.
Yeah.
So he's going to try to pick up here. Looks like soO's pretty much ready. You were mentioning this earlier, Tosis, but I'm going to point it out again, is the position of the Spore right there is actually pretty important because it puts the Marines, at least they're forced to land in a location that's generally more manageable
you can
for the Zerg.
land on the left side of it or the right side of it. Spores, it's funny because, like, you know, if you're a new player, a lot of times you make air static D, and you're like, well, obviously you put this on the edge of your base so that, you know, you can zone out or just kill things more quickly that are trying to get in. Whereas when you become very good, they all become zoning tools for the most part, where it's just like, okay, this is an area where if you go here, it's a committal. And just like threatening people that are thinking about committing, that's high-level StarCraft right there.
Yeah, it's really important. By the way, 1-1's about to finish here. This is when the next two medevacs come out. Now, this is where it can actually become problematic. Is if the Zerg isn't spot on with this, the trades become inefficient.
Oh, you look, trying to pick off a queen right there. Tons of transfusions, though, already.
Yeah.
Starting to target down the medevacs. So one of them goes down already. He's going to have to get away with this one.
Ooh, he's got to be careful. Actually losing some Marines back there as well.
Ooh, the other group of Marines, though, doing a great job. INnoVation's multitasking on point right now.
Again, the Queens are doing their job. They're targeting down the medevacs, but these Marines are starting to get some really nice trades here.
Barely gets out of there between the Spore and the Queens.
So let's see if INnoVation can poke up here at the top right. Get this space as well.
Oh, everything's way out of position.
Yeah.
Oh,
again,
he might even force a cancel.
You just
right
need one victory like this, right?
Yeah.
Like he forces a cancel. That's all you wanted, man.
That's a big
3
deal.
base versus 3 base now.
His opening here is actually better than last game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't kill a bunch of Banelings or anything, but the fact that I feel like he's just been trading better in general. He's been keeping the creep spread back, and he forces a cancel on the 4th before it finishes. That's always a huge, huge deal.
So we have the infantry just gearing up, moving down south now. We're at the point in time where soO is starting to amass Hydralisks. Problem is that, well, it's not really a problem, it's just a feature right now is that there's no real pushable location here on INnoVation. Now, we were mentioning this in one of the previous games, but Terran tend to wall off here like we see there, and then they expand into the center. And they usually stay on those 4 bases for a while, and the idea is that, okay, Zerg has to take a 5th. It's going to be one of these 3 bases that's closer to the middle on the Zerg side. And you're just going to keep lashing out and tearing that down, and you're going to win in the long run.
Yeah, we've seen definitely quite a few games there, but if you can hold that position, it's kind of this position from which you can attack everywhere pretty well, and it defends everything pretty well. You know, that's why you have that wall on the left, right? So, like, someone has to Baneling bust that, and then you have time to respond. So it's definitely, if you can hold it, the position is really, really good. But look, this push is so important right now. soO must hold on against this. Baneling speed is going to finish before they fight.
It's 2-2. It's going to be 2-2 when the action picks up. So these Banelings are morphing. But I think these tanks can already get in a good position before this happens.
Yeah. It looks like INnoVation just so sharp with this attack right now. That 4th base is going to go down.
Yeah. Okay, now watch the splitting here. This is a lot.
Is that 4th base going to go down?
Well, he doesn't quite, I think, have enough Banelings. I think this keeps running. And it's going to be one of these things where the army yo-yos back up into the hatchery.
Okay,
See it? Yeah,
right.
So it's like...
That was a good and close call right there, Tasteless.
So he's going to get this base. The Lings are counterattacking. But it's a little consequence, I think, because that, you know, that additional base has already been taken out.
Yeah, 6 SCVs you're not caring so much about. The fact that he has delayed the 4th once by forcing a cancel and then gone ahead, killed the army of soO, and then killed that. That is all good value right there.
Again, the pressure here from INnoVation. Right now, this is soO's problem, right? soO has to get another base. He's going to try to expand up here again, and I believe we're going to see INnoVation actually beeline up that direction right now. In fact, he might try to wedge the army in between the 3rd and the 4th. Kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Got to be a little bit careful there just because of creep. Look at this. Oh, once again, stemming up here. Continuing to harass with this group of Marines. Might even finally kill one of them.
Okay. It's actually going to get all 3 queens. No!
How dare you? That one still had a whole shot left on it.
I know.
Wasn't it obvious to you that wasn't going to die? Like,
I know. Why am I allowed to cast this game? INnoVation's going to try to come up here at the top right.
There's nothing there either.
Yeah.
Nothing to spot. Definitely a possibility of a cancel, but it looks like soO just kind of still zoning around with his units.
We're starting to get the indicators that this game might be wrapping up here because you're seeing the Terran outgrow the Protoss as far as like map presence, as far as supply goes.
Zerg as well.
Yeah. What did I say?
Protoss.
Sorry, excuse me.
He's
Sorry,
the Protoss
excuse
player.
me. It's been a long game.
soO wishes he was Protoss faces.
Yeah. No, but seriously, I mean, it's getting harder and harder for soO to try to, stabilize here.
I like how steadily he's trying to harass. He's definitely rolled in there like 3-4 times now, but INnoVation's been on top of that as well.
Yeah. Okay. I actually thought INnoVation was going to be able to get in there and maybe do a little bit more damage, but it seems like soO actually has now gotten not one but 2 more bases up, so he's up to 5 bases.
Yeah, he's stabilizing a bit for sure. 3-3 though is finishing up here, and this is such a critical moment. When the fact of the matter is that soO hasn't even started his hive, and 3-3 is finishing for INnoVation.
Yeah, this is one of these things about TVZ where there's... Oh, hold up. Okay, we got a big attack coming up here.
Ooh!
Okay, and these Banelings, I mean, that was not even microed there.
Yeah.
By INnoVation.
The upgrades do not mean nearly as much when Banelings are hitting your units.
Yeah. It looks like this expansion should go down. Let's see. I don't believe there's enough Banes here. Yeah, and ultimately this will be eliminated. And now he can pick up. He might even try going to the main. There's so many different ways to skin this cat. Arthrosis. INnoVation, again, on 4 bases. He's got his planetary setup over there. So what I was mentioning earlier was that there could be this weird spot where Zerg's trying to hold up everything, but Terran can still get 3-3. Yeah. And Zerg's stuck on layer tech.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's where Terran ends up trumping the Zerg.
That was, for years, that was like the big deciding moment, right? It's like there was a battle over the 4th base, and then also the second coming of Terran would be when that 3-3 finished. And, especially against something like Ling Bane Muta, right? Where the Hydras do mix that up a little bit, but they generally don't get many attack upgrades. And as we see here, he just started +1 range. So Hydras are, even though they shoot very quickly, they're not doing that much damage to these units.
Yeah.
So this really looks like soO has very few ways out of this. Like, he needs very good Baneling connections and then great hive tech. Not sure if INnoVation's going to allow either of those.
Okay, INnoVation's going to try to pounce in here again. And you can see soO is just not sure if he can actually engage this. He's going to try to have some of his army branch out over to the left side. Okay, he's going to try to come in here.
And quite a flank coming in. Oh, man, those Banes from the side, unable to get in on top of the siege tanks. This could be just about it. INnoVation going to roll through everything, it seems.
Yeah, INnoVation making it look easy, but final boss Rogue awaits in the final match here for today.
Continue to try to push forward. soO falling back into his 3rd base.
Yeah, soO trying to collapse in and buy some more time, but I mean, INnoVation is steadily pushing in. You know, whenever you see those Hydra Bane attacks happen, and there's still tanks and Liberators left over, and you just see Hydras, you know it's not going well for the Zerg. So, again, soO going to try to come in here, but there just should be no way, mathematically, that he can recover. And even as INnoVation loses a few units, you can see he's automatically remaxing out. And that is basically going to be game. INnoVation 2-0ing soO. GG. We now go to our final best of 3.
That's right. It's going to be a rematch. INnoVation against Rogue. Rogue really, like, it was a reverse of this match that we just saw, right? Like, INnoVation just showed he's like, okay, I'm stronger than soO right now. I think that's pretty clear watching that match. soO didn't feel like he was playing terribly today. Lost to Deer in a close one, and then INnoVation, though, definitely outplaying him. But that's what Rogue did to INnoVation. So it almost feels like we have Deer is the crazy wild card in the group, and then everyone else seems a bit stratified from each other.
Yeah. We're going to take a short break. When we return, our final best of 3, INnoVation versus Rogue. Don't go away.